Channel.
And your name?
Chris Hiltz.
So what have you been tasked to do?
We've been tasked to do an oil change on this cool car.
What are we going to do?
We're gonna find the pipe and open it up and drain all the oil out.
Okay. Take it right out. Unscrew it all the way.
Move it up, move it up, move it up, move it up.
There you go. You're good. Don't lose that drain plug. So what we're going to do now, we've got all the oil, it's all dripped out. What do you think we're going to do next? We're going to put the oil pan plug in, right? Because if you don't, and you put the oil in, where's that oil going to go?
That'll come right down.
It's just going to drain out, right? So let's put it in finger tight. Now this is a couple things you look for before you put it in. What do you see here on the bolt? What is that? That black stuff? Nope. It's a washer. It's a rubber washer. We always check to make sure that's on there or it's on here. The reason being it creates a seal. Okay, so we're going to put this finger tight and I will tighten it up. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to change this thing right here. What do you think this is? It's an oil filter. So inside it has different screens and everything in it, and it helps clean your oil out of the engine. So if you get dirt and stuff in your oil, it'll stay in there. Okay? Any questions? Let's get that in finger tight. Yeah.
There.
You're going to turn it nice and slow,
Toward here.
counterclockwise. You'll know when you turn it. There's going to be some oil is going to start coming out. There it comes. Okay? So let that drip down for a bit so you don't get oil all over yourself. Always make sure this comes off, the O-ring. Because if it stays on there and you put the new filter on, you got two O-rings and you created a gap. And what do you think is going to happen as soon as you start the car?
It's gonna burn on it.
It's going to what, sorry?
It was gonna move.
Oil's going to squirt out, right? Just like you said. So we always make sure that the rubber O-ring comes off with the filter. So what we're going to do now, it has, you're going to clean the housing up where this was sitting with a rag and make sure there's no issues with it, like little dents or pits or anything like that.
You see what that is?
Here,
Right, that.
if we move it here.
See that? Up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, clean that out.
We're going to put the new oil filter on. So tell me what it says right here. Take it with yourself.
So, tighten oil gasket, tighten 3/4, 1 turn after gasket contacts base.
Okay, so what does that mean? So when they say oil gasket, what do you think that means? So this is our gasket, right? Our O-ring. So what we do is we put a little bit of oil on here to lubricate it so that it seals against the housing. And it says to tighten it to, or tighten 3/4 to 1 turn after gasket contacts base. So when you turn this, it's going to go nice and easy until it touches the base. And then we go 3/4 to 1 more turn. That's tight enough. We don't need to be briefing this on with a major torque wrench and stuff. Okay? It's just what I want you to do. You're going to oil that a little bit, make sure everything's all nice and clean. And you're going to put that on until it touches, and then I'll tighten it up.
Alright, nice.
You done everything? All your drawings? Come on, let's go. Get them out. Let's go. You guys all done your drawings? Come on, boys. You got stuff to do. You're not done on your drawings.
When is the
We're all good. That's on there. Our drain plug's on there. So what are we going to do now?
That's the oil that we just drained out.
Yeah, so we're going to lower the car, open up the oil filler cap. We're going to put 3 liters of oil in, and then we're going to check it.
how many liters?
Each one's a liter. Okay, so let's go. So before we take the cap off, what are we going to do?
Check the oil.
Nope, there's no oil in it. We know that. See all this stuff?
Yeah.
Is that good for an engine?
No.
So what are we gonna do?
Clean it off.
Clean it off. So what you do is get a rag and just wipe around that cap, okay? You don't want any dirt and stuff to get in there. It's kind of like eating dirt.
I thought you took.
No. Okay, so that's all done. Good, let's take the cap off. Yep, go ahead. We'll just put it on top. So let's put the funnel in. We're gonna put 3 of those jugs in.
Go slow. Watch you go faster than that.
So see, as you're holding a dipstick like this, we're getting more and more oil in it, right?
Oh yeah, it's jerky.
So what you do is you pull it out, clean it off, and then you're gonna put it back in. Wait a few seconds. Pull it out again, and you're gonna hold the dipstick like this. So where's our oil marking? Right now.
At the end of it.
Our task was to do an oil change on this car behind us.
Okay, and how did you go about doing that?
First, we took off.
First, we raised the car up, and we opened up the hood,
Yep.
and then from underneath we unscrewed the what was it?
Then we just had the bolt that was from
The drain plug.
The drain plug. We unscrewed the drain plug and let all the oil drip out,
Yep.
and then
after we made sure that the plastic washer was still on. If it wasn't,
Yep.
take it off.
Then what did you take off after you took the oil off?
the oil filter.
Oil filter came off, right?
Yeah.
And what did you look for on the oil filter?
We looked for if the black washer was on there,
Yep.
and we also looked for any dents or any like stuff like that.
Abnormalities on the housing?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what did you do after everything was all drained out of the engine?
We wiped it off clean, and then we placed. We got a new oil filter,
Yep.
and we lubed the plastic washer,
The seal?
the seal, and once that was done, we screwed it back on.
Yep.
And after we lowered the car, and we wiped off the oil checker.
The dipstick?
First, we put in new oil.
Yep. Don't forget you put the oil drain plug back in too, right?
Oh yeah,
It's kind of like trying to fill up a bathtub without the plug in there,
yeah.
right? Okay, so any questions? You hope you do it again? You maybe you'd be comfortable enough to do it again?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of guidance? Okay? So if you guys learned something new today,
Yes.
don't go too much.